And thanks for listening to
Vaughn Radio.
This is Vaughn Radio, and welcome to the show with no name. It's time for liftoff. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You know the rest. Come on.
0.
You got it.
Ignition.
Here we go.
Liftoff.
Fingers crossed, amigos.
30 minutes after the hour.
Get ready. Hold on to your hat.
Now we're talking.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on to your hat. Get ready for the
Ride of your life.
Show with no name time.
On Vaughn Radio.
It's a show with no name.
On Vaughn Radio.
Let's go.
That's right, folks. We've got so much to do today. So much going on. We are pushing through the week. So much to do. So much stuff. But we'll get it all done, folks. We'll get it done together and in style. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it, amigos. The show with no name, your interactive English show on Vaughn Radio. Thanks for joining us, folks, whether you join us on social media, whether you join us via the Vaughn Radio app, or even if you're a podcast listener, thank you. Thank you, show with no namers. Thank you for making the show with no name so popular. It's incredible. I can't believe it myself. The show has been in the top charts, las listas, since its inception. And now, FYI has made its way to the top charts too. So thank you, show with no namers. Thank you, FYIers. It would not be possible without you guys, my super students who are here every day learning and laughing with me. And you get what we're doing. Captas lo que estamos haciendo. We're having fun. We're learning. And if we can do both of those things at the same time, job done, amigos. And speaking of FYI, you got a brand new episode that drops tomorrow, and we'll be taking a look at the Cosa Nostra.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Calling all wise guys, made men, and mobsters alike. We'll unravel a dark, hidden underworld where murder, mayhem, and money laundering are commonplace and par for the course. These Goombas and their goons glorify violence and live by a code of silence. Snitches and rats beware. Forget about it. We'll demystify the mafia on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info.
Ingles.
You got it. You got it. That's right, folks. It's FYI, and you got a brand spanking new episode every Friday. Unless you're in my community, then you get 2 episodes, and you get them on Wednesday. And you can also get PDF documents with it as well. This way, we learn about a different topic every week. Last week, we looked at the Milky Way, and this week, we are going to demystify the mafia. All right, are you guys ready to play? I think it's time for today's pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Come on.
Pop quiz.
Come on.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Pop quiz. Let's go. Pop quiz. All right. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right. That's right, amigos. It is our pop quiz only on the show with no name. And today it's coming right out of my latest book. This book is the shit. And folks, I've got some news for you, some breaking news. Tomorrow, Friday, the 23rd of June, Damian and I will be presenting This Book is the Shit at Feria, no, not Feria del Libro, excuse me, Casa del Libro. I knew it had something to do with books. That's right. We will be at Casa del Libro, which is awesome. Casa del Libro is right smack dab in the center of Madrid. And we'll be there. We're going to do a class, a presentation, plus we'll be signing books and taking selfies. So, madrileños, if you're in town this coming Friday, June 23rd, we'll see you at Casa del Libro Gran Via at 7 p.m. It would be great to see you if you could make it. We'll be there having fun as always. This Book is the Shit is now available everywhere. Hey, but you can pick it up at Casa del Libro if you come this Friday. Remember, it's Casa del Libro, right smack dab in the middle of the Gran Via, which is an amazing location. And Damian and I will be there presenting the book for all of you. All right, here we go, folks. Now, we've got a section in the book that's called You Don't Say. No se dice. You don't say. And that's like the typical one where you guys say something in Spanish, but it's not exactly the same in English. So like you say, eso es muy fashion. We wouldn't say that. We would say it's fashionable, but then it would be more common to say in style. And there are lots of these where you're like, okay, the idea is the same, but it's not expressed with the same words. All right? So the one I'm going to give you today is in Spanish, you say lavar dinero. Lavar dinero. O blanquear capital. Let's see. Let me look it up. And hey, you know what? I was looking at this. If you want to learn about this, you can learn about this in the Mafia episode. Obviously, that's just one of their many lucrative businesses. So, lavar o blanquear. Blanqueo de capitales. So what do I want you to do? I want you to use that in English in a sentence. Y como es parte de la sección You Don't Say, no se dice, pues evidentemente no es to wash money. Y hemos hecho eso aposta también porque you don't say is no me digas, right? So it has that double meaning. You don't say is no se dice, and you don't say, si lo dices con tono de sorpresa, es no me digas. You don't say. So there's a double meaning to that over there. So if you guys know how to say lavar dinero, blanquear capitales, use it in context. You can use it in our group. If you haven't picked up the book yet, it is available everywhere.
First things first, how you machines doing? You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. Let's take a picture. Quick question. ¿Cómo se dice emocionar en inglés?
To emotionate.
No! Think of Michael Jackson.
Hmm?
Una pista de audio. It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark.
It's Thriller.
That's right. So emocionar is to?
Thrill.
Eso es. And this book is the shit will thrill you. It's thrilling.
Sí, señor. This book is the shit. El inglés que no sabías que sabías. 1000 nuevas palabras para tu colección. De la mano de Alberto Alonso.
Y Damián Moya.
Así da gusto aprender.
Now we're talking. All right. Now we're talking. Ahora sí. If you haven't picked up the book, you can pick it up now. You can pick it up on the 23rd at Casa del Libro, or you can pick it up at Von Tienda, Amazon, or wherever fine books are sold. All right, let's take a look at what we've got over here. I see we've got a lot of students checking in our virtual classroom here. Remember, if you'd like to join us live, you're more than welcome to do so. If you can't, you should still participate, right? I mean, in fact, every section is designed where you will know the answer by the end of the show. So give it a shot. Take a stab at it. Inténtalo. Let's see who's on board our non-stop rocket ship. We've got German in the house. German says, morning show with no namers. How are you faring? Wow. Many people say, how are you doing? How are you faring? That is totally native. It means the same thing. Nice one, German. There's Born to Iron Man, and he says, morning, folks. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Great to have you on board. Born to Iron Man. Laura says, good morning. Gorgeous show with no namers. Let's make the most of these 2 magical hours together and let our amazing teacher wow us one more time. To wow. Great word. You're wowing me already, folks. To wow, sorprender, alucinar. So great stuff. Great vocabulary. Nihad. What's up, Nihad? He says, comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. So be here with the show with no name or be square. How many totally natives do we have? I mean, we've already had like 4 or 5, right? So be there or be square. Esto es una frase que decía, el que no está, pues se lo pierde, ¿no? O que te lo cuenten, I think might be another one. So let me give it to you in context. We're going to have a lot of fun at Casa del Libro tomorrow, Friday, June 23rd. If you can, be there or be square. Let's see. My brother-in-law, Marcos, in the house. It says face, fuchsia, poop, shape. Pues lo que vemos aquí es que los emojis no funcionan. Porque seguro, I'm pretty sure that my brother-in-law didn't write face, fuchsia, poop, shape. A no ser que, are you trying to tell me something, Marcos? Are you in trouble? Is this code? Let's see. There's Laura. Laura is ready to rock today. She says he was arrested because he was suspected of money laundering. Yeah. Yeah, we say to launder money, lavar. And how do we say la ropa sucia o la limpia o la colada? Laundry. So I have to do laundry this weekend. Tengo que lavar ropa, tengo que hacer colada. So if you think about it, laundry is a noun. The verb is to launder. Lavar es otra forma de decir lavar. No es el que decimos. I would never say, Lara, we're going to go launder you. No, we're going to give you a bath. We're going to wash you up. We're going to clean you up, right? but I wouldn't say launder. But specifically, when you're talking about money, you're talking about money laundering. And the verb is to launder money. You'll learn all this in the FYI episode on the mafia. We talk about money laundering. We talk about rackets. What? What does it have to do with tennis? Oh, no, not that racket. Eso puede ser un buen double trouble. They had a racket where they sold rackets. Tuvieron un negocio ilegal. Right, the mafia, they run rackets. And the charge is racketeering. Again, I'm not going to go into too much more detail. But as I say in the beginning of the episode, I don't believe in violence, not even verbal violence, ni verbal. However, the stories of the mafia are fascinating. So, even if you're not a fan of violence, which I'm not, these are interesting stories, fascinating stories of an organization that some would say at some points in history was more powerful than the sitting government. And as we'll find out in the episode, the mafia even aided the government to aid, ayudar, first aid, auxilio, primeros auxilios. All right, so great. He was arrested because he was suspected of money laundering. All right, let's see. Vero says, morning, beautiful show with no namers. Warriors, what's up, Vero? Great to have you on board. Nihad, if we were in an exam right now, I would have to do this. Well, hey, I mean, we don't start sentences with lowercase letters. My daughter knows that. My daughter's going to be 4 in September, and she knows we start sentences with capital letters. And I imagine you know that. You were just being lazy in the comfort zone, maybe? I don't know. But just a reminder, un recordatorio. It just takes 1 extra second to make it perfect. So, systems being used for money laundering to fund violence groups. So so there are systems being used. Nihad, I think you got an incomplete sentence there. Lo que llamamos a run-on sentence. A run-on sentence is, either it's too long and there's no subject and verb. But let's see. Maybe I imagine maybe you hit send before you wanted to hit send. All right, well, you're going to force me to make sense of it. So there are systems being used for money laundering to fund violence groups. I would say, in this case then, in the second part, I would say violent groups. Violent, not violence. Because violence is the noun and violent is the adjective. Don't be violent. And do you hear me? Let me lower the beat a little bit. Did I say violent or did I say violent? Don't be violent. Esa O no existe. Violent. And I remember once we had a homophones over here. And it was interesting because a lot of you got it wrong, I remember. And the words were violence and violins. Listen to the difference. I don't like violence. I love violins. Otra vez. I don't like violence. La O no la pronuncio. Violence. I do like violins. O sea, la O se pronuncia, hay diferentes tres y no es el mismo. Escucha, violence, violins. Como los homophones de ayer. They were pretty tricky, weren't they? All right. Let's see. Who else? We've got Leo, our resident poet, on board. Our bard is on board. Our bard, bardo, you say the same thing, is on board. and ready to rock. Leo says, hello, friends. What's up, Leo? He says, by the way, yesterday I was with my son reading your book again. Leo, that is just amazing. It's magical. Your son is very lucky. He's got such a cool dad. Yeah, I was reading with Lara yesterday. We read a little bit every day. Only we weren't reading my book. We have, but yesterday we were looking at numbers and letters, same kind of thing, but great, excellent, Leo. You're learning together, and what that's doing is that's creating a bond. Un vínculo. I don't have to tell you this, you know it. But it's creating a bond between you and your son, which will be unbreakable. Trust me, it works. When you learn from your parent, not just, don't do this, don't do the other, the authority figure, we all know that part. That's the easy part. For me, it's not. I don't like, Lara, stop. Lara, please. I don't like that. But you have to set limits as well. But that's great that your son loves reading. And you know why? Because daddy's leading by example. Excellent job, super dad. He says, the idiom I liked the most yesterday was pocket dial. I've never heard it. It's witty. Now, see what happens here? Leonardo learned a word yesterday, an expression, a word, with his son. So both of them learned a word. And then Leonardo decided to share it with you guys in his class the next day. So not only did his son learn the word, not only did he learn the word, he just reviewed the word, right? And he just taught you guys. So Leo, what can I say? So he says, yeah, I've never heard it. It's witty, ingenioso. Yeah, to pocket dial. Well, this is when you call somebody and they say, oh, Alberto, I'm sorry I missed your call. What did you want? They call you back. And they say, what did you want, man? What did you need? And you say, oh, nothing, man. Sorry. Ignore it. I pocket dialed you. Te marqué desde el bolsillo. Te llamé sin querer. We call it to pocket dial. Another one that comes from the phone too, and I love this one, porque todos hemos hecho este juego queriendo o sin querer. No, siempre sin querer. Phone tag. Phone tag. Well, tag es el pía pía. Te toca a ti. Ah, no, te toca. This is when you're trying to reach somebody all morning and it's impossible to get through to them. There's your phrasal verb. I can't get through to you. I can't get through to you. También es no solo por teléfono, pero tío, no te enteras. I can't get through to you. Great phrasal verb because it's got that figurative meaning as well. So excellent stuff. Yeah, phone tag. Entonces cuando you're calling somebody, they call you back, you call them back. You keep missing each other's calls. And then finally, when you get through to the other person, para usar el phrasal verb, you say, oh man, finally, we've been playing phone tag all morning. Hemos estado jugando el pía pía del teléfono toda la mañana. Let's see. There's Laura. Laura says, I agree, Leo. To pocket dial someone is such a funny and descriptive idiom. It's happened to me sometimes, and now I know how to say it in English. Well, yeah, it's happened to all of us, I think, right? We have all pocket dialed. Another one that I love, que también sale en el libro, excuse me. Another one that comes out is brain freeze. Do you know this one? Brain freeze is that feeling you get in your head like it's going to explode when you eat ice cream too fast. We call that brain freeze, congelación de cerebro. Hey, Hey, they're easy to remember. Pocket dial, brain freeze. I love these little idiomatic expressions. They are insights, conocimientos, ventanas, insights into another language and another culture. Folks, we'll be right back with the second part of today's show. I hope you guys are having fun and learning. We've got so much more to go. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. Exclusively on Fawn Radio. Don't forget to start your day off with the Pro Bow Show, starring Rob Grams. After that, you've got Fitz's program, No Excuses. And then after today's program, you've got Ximena Holiday and Test Your English. Followed by Rob and Andy and the Lunchtime Show. After that, you've got Tosh Pasqua and Back to Basics. Then you've got Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. And after that, Western Civilization with Guy Williams. And The Salad with Dave Boyce. And Drive Time with Kyle Miller. Don't forget to download our free app, and you'll never miss an episode of your favorite programs. Now it's time for Say What? Say what? What? Say what soundbite? Say what soundbite? On the show with no name. All right, folks, you know how this works. I'm going to play a soundbite for you 4 times right now. And you have to tell me what you heard in your best English possible. Impress me. Show off. Presume. I think today's is going to be pretty easy, but we shall find out. All right, is everybody ready? Has everybody grabbed a pen, a piece of paper, or somewhere where they can jot something down? Okay, this is the Say What soundbite for the first time.
One of the themes of the film is how difficult it is to stand up. And so that sort of speaks to our moment where the truth is so amorphous and difficult to nail down. That's a feeling shared by not only women, but men.
All right, there you go, folks. There's your Say What soundbite for the first time. I'm going to play it for you in just a moment for the second time, and we'll see if you guys were able to figure it out or not. All right. Again, you'll have 2 more chances, so you have plenty of time. But is everybody ready? Everybody jot something down there? All right. This is the second listen of the Say What soundbite.
One of the themes of the film is how difficult it is to stand up. And so that sort of speaks to our moment where the truth is so amorphous and difficult to nail down. That's a feeling shared by not only women, but men.
All right. There we go, folks. There we go. That's your Say What soundbite for the second time. And hopefully you guys will be able to at least give me some feedback, some observations on what you heard. All right, let's see what's going on over here in our chat room. Juan Hernandez says, Daddy is leading by example. Yeah. Just be careful. Daddy con dos Ds, right? So dad, una D, daddy, dos Ds in inglés. Sure. Let's see. Laura says, I agree, Leo. To pocket dial someone is such a funny and oh no, I already read that. Sorry. Laura says, I love it when English makes sense. Touché. I love it when Spanish makes sense. Right? Quita miedos. Bueno, realmente no quita el miedo. Si estás en un monte, Your guardrails, lo llamáis quitamiedos. I think it's one of the funniest things. Y a snowplow, quitanieves. A snow remover, a fear remover. Let's see, there's my dad checking in. He says, good morning, Alberto, friends and family. Greetings from Greenwood Lake, New York, where it's bright and early. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Chris says, morning, Alberto and friends. Hello, Chris. She says, I'm over here. Estoy aquí. Why? I hope you're over there and not over here. Because si no, no funciona científicamente. You're always going to be over there and I'm always going to be over here. Bueno, tú lo dices al revés. She says, I'll try to participate a little bit. Yeah, Laura. English is adorable. Es precioso. When it makes sense. It's simply magical. Sure, I agree. Same thing with Spanish. Laura says, we see eye to eye. Estamos de acuerdo. Wow, Laura, is that 2 totally natives for you so far today? Incredible. Excellent. All right, going once, going twice. I know some people want to participate in our Say What soundbite. I know it. That's why I don't want to move on quite yet, because it usually happens where the moment I move on to the spelling bee, I get like 4 or 5 people participating in the Say What soundbite. So let's kill a little more time. I'll give you a little more time. Give me just a little more time. Great song. There's Jonathan. Jonathan says, good morning, show with no namers. Good morning, Jonathan. Good morning to you, Jonathan. Good morning. All right, let's see. Anybody? All right, guys. Well, we've got to move on then. I'm sorry. I'd love to, get all your opinions, and I will if you still have them. But for the sake of time, we've got to get things moving into today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's our Spelling Bee, only on the show with no name. And just as expected, the moment I moved on, we've got somebody taking a stab at it. Excuse me. Let's see. Leo, he's saying, I think she's an American actress explaining that one of the hardest things for her when she's shooting movies is standing up, I imagine, standing up and nailing the script. The script es el guión, nail es clavándolo. And that happens to women and men. Y eso ocurre a las mujeres y los hombres. All right, great job. I'll take it. Leo. Great. Nihad says, an elegant actress is talking about how it's very difficult. That is how it's very difficult theme to stand up in a film. So about how it's a very difficult theme, but I don't know what you mean by theme there, because it is a moment of truth and it is so amorphous and tough to nail down. I'm a little bit confused there, Nihad. All right, so a difficult theme. I don't know what that means there. And because it is a moment of truth, that's I got that part. The word amorphous, good job. Oh, okay. And tough to nail down. I see there's a typo there. All right. Well, Nihad, I'm going to give you an applause, but against my will, contra mi voluntad. Why? Well, I expect that maybe from a beginner student or a lazy student, but a couple too many mistakes for my taste. Maybe that's, everybody's got to judge themselves. But as your teacher, these are careless. De descuidar un poco, I think. All right. But, all right. Either way, I'm trying to understand it. I got the gist of it, but there were a couple words in there I couldn't understand. This is exactly when you hear me like, that's not a good thing. Because I'm like, creo que es esto, pero no sé. So when the person who's reading or listening to you is uncertain, that's, it means that we had to maybe find another way to say it or clear it up a little bit. All right, Laura says, I heard the sweet voice of a maternal American actress talking about one of the themes of the film. Oh, okay. A theme in a film. Okay. So how it's very difficult for a theme to stand up in a film. Okay. All right. Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. All right. It does make sense a little bit, Nihad, now, because she does say something about a theme, but it's kind of weird. All right. Well, either way, let's see what Laura has to say. We'll continue. So she said something talking about one of the themes of a film and a feeling shared by both men and women. All right. Well, it was clearer, that one.